Let's talk about JGR. The last, I think, big team we have. Um,
Probably.
Starting off with Denny Hamlin and the number 11 at Joe Gibbs Racing at Toyota. Um, I don't think he makes Final Four again. He's made three straight. I think he really adapted to the high downforce package. Um, I'm expecting more of a down year from Denny this year, personally.
I think we're going to see the beginning of the end. Denny Hamlin, in his career. I think he's starting. What is he like? 41, 42. I think he's 42 now. Um,
He turns 42 this year
so 41.
in
So
like October or something like that.
unless he's got some Kevin Harvick powers, uh, I don't know how much like we'll see of him.
I think it's a number of things. I think age is going to factor in to the decline. I think more focusing on 2311 is going to factor in. His attention split. He's not just focusing on his cup car no more. But it seems like when his attention split, he does better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whether it's with relationship issues or it's focusing on a new team. He's made three straight Final Fours. Like, even a slight decline, I think he just gets eliminated in the round of 8 or round of 12.
yeah,
Like, I don't think he's going to be bad. I don't think he's going to be the worst driver on the team. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I do think, though,
yeah.
if I was a betting man, I'm putting money on Denny winning his fourth 500.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the video of him slicing the field in testing?
I did not see that video.
He dropped to the end of the pack, and in like 2 laps, he was up to the front. It is a pretty big pack. So, like, it looks like the plate racing, or super speed racing, there's no plates anymore. It's going to be largely the same as, like, the end of the Gen 6 era. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious who one of the top plate races, super speedway racers, was in that time.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I don't think he'll win. I don't think he'll come on just win the 500. But I think he will get a win this regular season, unlike last year, and we'll tell you one of the way to the playoffs.
I think he'll get a couple.
Yeah, like, at least a for sure. I'll probably say probably have three, maybe on the year, 3, 4.
Which, we're acting like Denny's going to be in a retirement home after this year. He's still going to
Yeah,
have a good year compared to, like, most drivers' standards. I think it's just going to be a slight decline from what we've seen from him in the past few years. Because he's been
yeah,
arguably the best Gibbs driver since 2019.
yeah, yeah,
I don't think he'll race as bad as 2018. He just won't be as good as 2019, 2020. Like, he already
yeah. I
kind of
forget.
took a decline last year.
Yeah, I forget who said it, but it was somebody said, my down years are some people's best years.
Wasn't that Aaron Rodgers?
I believe it was. I forget. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember hearing it. I forget who it was, but I feel like he won't have a bad year. Just to Denny Hamlin's standards, the past couple of years, it'll be not as good.
I think this is the last thing I have to say about Denny. I think he'll win a couple races. I think he'll make the round of 8 in the playoffs. But I think even quote unquote down year for Denny this year will be better than the years Kyle Busch has had the past couple years.
Yeah,
And I think he'll still probably be better than Kyle Busch this year.
yeah.
But let's move on to Kyle Busch. Ironically, the next driver, with crew chief Ben Bashore. It looks like Ream's going to be a sponsor on the 18 this year. That's pretty cool. Um, I don't know if the paint schemes already came out or anything. I didn't know that. It's gonna be the last year with Mars and M&M's, and you're gonna be the Candy Man. So I hope he at least wins a race with M&M's on board. Um, I saw a lot of people speculating. His contract runs through at least 2022. That if he has a bad year this year, that he could part ways with JGR. What do you think? I don't. That's not supported by any like credible sources. It's more so just like speculation. But it's a fun talking point. Like, what do you think?
What was Martin Truex Jr. signed through? 23, 22.
He signed a contract extension in February 2021, but the length of the deal was not announced. So I'm gonna assume 2022 or 2023.
Yeah. Personally, I'm gonna say that probably. I don't see why they would get rid of Kyle Busch. Sometimes he has. I mean, look at 2020. I'm sorry. And he had a down year, and he came back last year and won a couple races. So I mean, one of them he didn't have a clutch. So I
I
mean,
think he wasn't in
there's
clutch.
he was clutch without the clutch. Um, so there's in no world do I see JGR without Kyle Busch in 2023.
But what if it's a Kyle Busch decision? What if he knows I only have X amount of years left? I just lost my main sponsor. Like, I'm no longer the face of the company. In my opinion, Kyle Busch is not the face of JGR anymore. Um, which I know sounds he has 2 championships in the last 7 years, but I don't even know who would be. Like, I don't necessarily think it's Denny. I don't necessarily think it's Truex. I think it's just they're all. I don't think JGR has that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, like, do you think Kyle Busch goes somewhere where he's the guy? He gets all the attention. You think maybe he
Oh,
saw what Denny did and he wants to bring KBM up to Cup? Like, maybe not this year, but
I don't think Kyle Busch really cares about the attention, like and inside the or like at the racetrack or any of that. I feel like he just wants to race, and so I feel like he just obviously he wants to be in contention to win, wants to be in race cars that will win. And so I don't see it. I can't see him with not being in JGR next year.
yeah, I definitely think it's a long shot, but it's a fun talking point, anyways. I was just playing devil's advocate a little bit. Um, moving on to wait, what are your expectations for Kyle this year?
I'd say probably 2, 3 wins, 4 wins maybe.
I don't really think he'll make a deep run in the playoffs.
No, probably about the round of 12.
Yeah,
He always seems to go. He always seems to get to the round of 12 and then just sputters a little bit.
yeah. Um, I just think the way the schedule's made up this year that anything more than that's going to be taking him to get real lucky. And he's not very good at the Roval. Talladega, he's not good at anymore. He just always wrecks. I think getting to the round of 8 is going to take some consistency that we haven't seen from Kyle Busch recently. Moving on to Martin Truex Jr., returning with James Small. No real changes from the Truex camp. All really the same sponsors from last year. Uh, I think if we were to see a surprise like retirement announcement in like May, that this would be my last year, I think Truex the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really consider Truex retiring being a surprise, really, man. A lot of people have expected it for like the last 2 years, especially with you had Harrison Burton, you have Ty Gibbs now, then you had Ryan Preece, and you had Christopher Bell. Everybody thought why keep Bell or keep Eric Jones, release Truex because it's just based on age. You would want Eric Jones more, but it's him just keep signing 1 year deals instead of multi-year deals. Just keeps on adding fuel to that fire that he will end up being relieved of his duties soon.
Yeah, and I think that's honestly sad because Truex is, as a person, it's questionable. Complains about lap cars a lot, but as a driver, man, he still is one of the best in Cup, like by far. Like he is, he can win anywhere, except plate races or super speedways. Uh, like he's someone who's really good at road courses. Like I think he wins a road course race this year before Chase does. He can win it literally any type of oval except a super speedway apparently, and I think he makes Final Four. I do. I think he's a Final Four. Maybe not locked this year, but I think if any Gibbs driver makes it, it's going to be the 19.
I mean, yeah, I mean, who all made the Final Four last year?
Chase,
The
Larson,
5, the
Denny,
9, the
Truex.
11, and the 19. So, who finished second? Who finished second in the standings last year?
I think it was Larson.
Second
Yeah.
in the standings.
Yes, I know it's Truex.
Yes. So I mean, obviously he still has to drive there, but it's just the grind. Um, I can see him winning 2 races, but I don't know. I see him being out in the round of 8.
Even that's not. That's still a pretty good season. Moving on to Christopher Bell. I have like high hopes for Christopher Bell this year. Like this car is more of like a race car. You know what I mean? Like it's built like a race car. Like I think Christian Bell's going to adapt really well. It doesn't have that high downforce package. Like Bell's going to be able to get that son of a gun sideways and drifting and running the wall. I think we'll see Christian Bell have a breakout year.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we'll see him like get a first like real win on an intermediate track. Not saying Daytona wasn't real, but kind of fluky with all the cautions they had that NASCAR had put out. He's been in contention multiple times. We almost won at New Hampshire last year. That was a wacky race. But yeah, I do feel like we will see him in victory lane before the year's over with, and actually go out there and dominate.
I definitely agree. I don't necessarily think we'll see Christian Bell win like 3 races. I think we'll see him maybe win 1, maybe 2. But I think we'll see him running top 5, like week in, week out, leading a lot of laps, making a run in the playoffs, like the round of 8 or round of 12. Like, I think this would be like, okay, yeah, Christian Bell's earned his place at JGR. You know what I mean? Because last year, it was a solid, like, first year with JGR. But with no practice and a new team, like, it's hard. I think this year is going to be the year it's like, wow. Like, that's the Christian Bell we've been hearing about. Hey, guys, thank you so much for checking out our video. If you want to hear more from us, you can check out our podcast, Drivin, on all platforms that have podcasts, whatever platform you prefer. We're there. Check us out. Give us a follow. Give us a listen. The full version of the clip you heard today is in its entirety on whatever podcast platform you want to listen to. So be sure to check us out. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Preview.